A child's education starts with the parent's education. Parents are the first example a child observes and often without realizing imitates. If parents can't control their own emotions, how can they expect their children to grow up balanced? Demanding discipline and respect is futile if the example given is one of disorder and irresponsibility. Raising a child begins long before their birth. It starts with the formation of the parents themselves, creating a home where solid values are lived, not just preached. And here's the crucial point. Children don't need empty words, but concrete actions, firm leadership that demonstrates security rather than just desiring it. When a child sees their parents acting with integrity, treating others with respect, and dealing with life's difficulties with serenity, they learn lessons no school could ever teach. True education doesn't come from books, but from small daily actions, from moments when a father resolves a conflict with dignity, or a mother faces challenges with courage. This creates an atmosphere of emotional prosperity at home, where the child feels secure to grow, knowing that the path they will tread is built upon what they have seen and lived. Parents must recognize themselves as the primary responsible parties for their children's character development. They are the gardeners who must care for the fertile soil where the seeds of the next generation will be planted. A solid upbringing, where the duty of education is understood as a life mission, results in adults who carry with them the certainty that they were well prepared for the world. And this preparation is not limited to material prosperity, but to a wealth of character that is invaluable. Thus, parents build the most important legacy they could leave: children who know who they are and where they are going. Children are our greatest joy and our greatest responsibility. There is no greater treasure in life than a child's smile. It ignites the soul and gives meaning to what we do every day. But with this joy comes a gigantic responsibility, one that many underestimate. Children are not just little beings that bring happiness to the home. They are a lifelong commitment, a duty we must embrace seriously. Raising a child is much more than feeding and dressing. It is about guiding, teaching, and protecting, preparing them for a world that is often less welcoming than the comfort of home. However, this responsibility should not be seen as a burden, but as a sacred mission. Every decision we make, every value we convey, directly influences the formation of a human being. And this formation is not just about instructing what is right or wrong, but inspiring a child to seek the truth, to be just, and to contribute to the prosperity of society. If we fail in this duty, we are not just neglecting our children, but also compromising the future of our community. Therefore, it is crucial for parents to understand that raising a child is raising the future. Today's children are tomorrow's leaders, thinkers, and creators. Every moment, every lesson, every example is an important piece in the puzzle that will form the personality of an adult. And that is why, as parents, we should proudly and responsibly undertake the task of creating an environment that balances love and discipline, joy and responsibility. After all, true prosperity is not measured by what we have, but by the legacy we leave behind. A child is a life entrusted to us to care for, not a project to be completed. When a child is born, we are not facing a project to be completed, but a human being who needs to be protected, guided, and loved. Many parents fall into the trap of treating their children as if they were a project, a set of goals to be achieved. Good grades, success in life, exemplary behavior. But the truth is that each child is a unique universe, full of potential that needs to be discovered and nurtured, not forcefully molded. Parents' duty is to provide fertile soil and the necessary support for that child to flourish in their own nature, without the pressure to be something they are not. Treating a child as a project can stifle their creativity and natural joy of living. What should be a process of growth and discovery turns into a race for approval and external success. A parenting approach focused on completing or finishing the child ignores their essence, which is unique and irreplaceable. Parents should remember that their task is not to check off a list, but to accompany and support their child's life journey, allowing them to be who they truly are. This involves listening more, imposing less, and creating an environment where emotional security and freedom of expression are priorities. True parenting is not about completing a child, but allowing them to be complete in their own essence. A wise parent understands that their role is that of a guardian, not a sculptor. They protect, guide, and offer unconditional love while respecting the child's individuality. The mission is not to mold them into our expectations, but to provide them with the tools to discover and develop their best selves in due time. And that in itself is a grand task, full of responsibility, but also immense satisfaction. Home should be a place of safety and joy, where children can grow free from fear and oppression. Home is the first world a child knows, a place that should be synonymous with peace and protection. If a child does not feel safe at home, how can they trust the world outside? A healthy family environment is not just a roof over their heads. It is a refuge where love and understanding reign, where children's laughter echoes freely, without the weight of fear or oppression. This sense of security is essential for emotional development, providing the foundation for children to grow with confidence, knowing they can be who they are without judgment or retaliation. However, many parents do not realize the impact a toxic environment can have on a child's psyche. Oppression, whether subtle or overt, erodes the natural joy of children, turning what should be a sanctuary into an emotional battlefield. Creating a safe home requires effort and dedication, yes, but it is an investment that yields lifelong rewards. Parents who prioritize their children's emotional well-being, avoid unnecessary arguments, and create an atmosphere of mutual respect plant the seeds of emotional and mental prosperity, and this prosperity will sustain the child in their future battles in life. When a child grows up in an environment of safety and joy, they learn to value these same qualities outside the home. They become an adult who seeks to create equally healthy and safe homes, perpetuating the cycle of well-being. The duty of parents is not only to provide materially, but primarily to create a space where the values of love, respect, and freedom are palpable. This is the true measure of success in raising a family, seeing children grow not only in stature, but also in character, ready to face the world with a light heart and a peaceful mind. Children are not shaped solely by formal education, but by the experiences and values they absorb at home. The classroom is just one of the many stages where a child develops. Long before learning to read and write, a child is already absorbing powerful lessons at home. Lessons that are often invisible but profoundly impactful. What a child sees, hears, and feels in the family environment shapes their character more deeply than any school curriculum. It's no wonder that parents are said to be the first and most important teachers. The experiences lived at home, from daily interactions to subtly conveyed values, are the true foundations upon which formal education should be built. It is in the small everyday actions that great lessons are taught. How parents handle failure, express love, and treat others all serve as a silent yet powerful example that children follow. When a child sees respect practiced between their parents, they learn to respect. When they observe generosity, they learn to be generous. These values, absorbed as naturally as the air they breathe, are more enduring and meaningful than any diploma hanging on the wall. After all, true education is not just intellectual, it is also emotional and moral. Parents who believe that only school is responsible for shaping their children are deluding themselves. Formal education can provide knowledge, but it is the family environment that forms character. Children who grow up in homes where ethics, responsibility, and love are central values carry these lessons for life. And it is precisely this combination of academic teaching and home values that produces adults prepared to face the world with wisdom, compassion, and integrity. Because in the end, true education begins at home, where the first life lessons are taught without a single word needing to be spoken. Parents who teach by example are more effective than those who merely talk. It is said that words have power, but example has even more. A parent who preaches about honesty but lies at the slightest inconvenience is teaching their child that words are empty if not backed by actions. Children learn more by observing than by listening, which is why parental behavior serves as a mirror for children. When parents live the values they wish to convey, whether through the way they treat others or how they face life's challenges, they offer a lesson that goes far beyond what any speech could achieve. The child absorbs these examples naturally, internalizing them as undeniable truths. It is not enough to tell a child to be fair. It is necessary to show what it means to be fair in everyday situations. If a parent wants their child to value hard work, they must demonstrate this ethic in their daily life. Children observe everything: how parents behave under stress, how they treat strangers, how they react when no one is watching. These seemingly trivial moments are the real-life lessons. An education made of examples is an education that takes root deeply, forming the foundation of the child's character and future choices. The impact of example is enduring and often imperceptible until the child becomes an adult and faces their own challenges. Then, the lessons learned through observation, rather than simple verbal instruction, become evident. It is easy to talk, but difficult to live what one preaches. Parents who understand this and strive to be the kind of person they want their children to become are truly fulfilling their duty in an exemplary way. They are not just raising children, they are shaping future citizens, partners, parents, and leaders based on the example of integrity and consistency they live daily. It is better for a child to be loved and adored than simply educated. Love is the foundation upon which all other forms of education are built. What good is it for a child to be academically brilliant if they do not feel the warmth of love at home? Adoration by parents is not about spoiling or giving the child everything they ask for, but about making them feel truly valued. This emotional security allows the child to grow with self-confidence, knowing they are cherished for who they are, not just for what they can do or achieve. This kind of unconditional love is more formative than any class or lesson. Formal education is important, but without the solid foundation of love, it can become cold and impersonal. When parents prioritize love, they create an environment where the child feels safe to explore the world around them. This does not mean discipline should be ignored, but rather that discipline should be applied with a deep understanding of the value of love. A child who feels loved is more likely to engage in learning, trust their own abilities, and face life's challenges with resilience. Love is not just an addition to education. It is the cornerstone upon which the entire structure rests. Often, society places an exaggerated emphasis on academic achievements and intellectual development, neglecting the importance of affection and adoration. However, it is love that truly prepares a child for life, teaching them about the importance of human relationships and the intrinsic value of each individual. When parents adore their children, they convey the message that they are worthy of love, regardless of their flaws or limitations. And this is the most powerful lesson a child can learn, a lesson that will shape their view of themselves and the world forever. True teaching is less about imparting knowledge and more about inspiring a passion for discovery. Teaching is not just about dumping information. It is about igniting a flame of curiosity and desire to learn. When parents or teachers manage to spark this enthusiasm in children, they are offering something far more valuable than mere facts or formulas. A child who is encouraged to question, explore, and discover for themselves develops a passion for learning that will accompany them throughout their life. This kind of teaching transforms education into an exciting journey rather than a tedious obligation. Knowledge itself is important, but without genuine interest, it becomes empty. Parents who encourage their children to explore the world through hands-on experiences, travel, reading, or even meaningful conversations are actually creating a fertile environment for intellectual and emotional growth. They show that education goes beyond the four walls of a classroom. It is present in every corner of life. By inspiring this passion, they allow the child to see education as a continuous and dynamic process, not as a goal to be achieved and then forgotten. This approach to teaching is a way of preparing children for the real world, where knowledge is never complete and answers are not always clear. They learn that discovery is an endless and exciting process. And more importantly, they learn to love the process of learning itself. This is a lesson that will stay with them long after the details of the classes are forgotten. Parents and educators who inspire this passion for discovery are, in fact, planting the seeds of true intellectual and personal prosperity. Children should be taught to view the world with eyes of wonder and amazement. Childhood is a time of discoveries, where every experience can be a gateway to a new universe. When parents teach their children to look at the world with admiration, they are nurturing a natural curiosity that is essential for intellectual and emotional growth. Instead of seeing things as ordinary or mundane, children who are encouraged to explore and ask questions learn to appreciate the beauty in the small details of life. This sense of wonder is what drives true learning and is something that should be nurtured from an early age. However, the routine and rush of daily life often blind children to these wonders. Parents who take the time to explore the world with their children, whether by observing the stars, walking through a park, or simply questioning why things are the way they are opening doors for the child to develop a more attentive and curious outlook. These moments are precious, not only because they strengthen family bonds, but because they teach the child that the world is a vast place full of possibilities. And it is this perception that will drive them to always seek to learn more, see more, and be more. Moreover, viewing the world with eyes of wonder is a skill that, when cultivated, can last a lifetime. A child who grows up with this perspective is a child who values the small things, finds joy in simplicity, and above all, recognizes the beauty and mystery of the world around them. Ultimately, this view fuels creativity, innovation, and true happiness, elements that are essential not just in childhood, but throughout all stages of life. Teaching a child to see the extraordinary in the ordinary is a gift that will never lose its value. Childhood is a time for dreaming and exploring, not just preparing for the future. Childhood should be a time for dreams and explorations, a time when imagination is as limitless as the sky. It is easy to fall into the trap of viewing childhood merely as a preparatory stage for adulthood, a period for acquiring skills and knowledge that will be used in the future. However, this view can limit children's potential to experience and enjoy the present. Instead of focusing exclusively on preparing children for the future, parents should encourage them to explore their interests and let their imagination run wild. It is in this environment of freedom and creativity that children truly thrive. Dreaming and exploring activities are not only beneficial for creative development, but also crucial for children's emotional well-being. A space where they can experiment and express themselves without pressure allows them to develop a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. Free play, outdoor adventures, and creative activities are as important as any academic skill. They teach children to solve problems, collaborate, and think outside the box, skills that are vital for any future they may have. And of course, childhood is a time for creating memories. The experiences lived during these years shape the way children see the world and themselves. If parents invest time and energy into making these years of dreaming and exploring meaningful and enjoyable, they are laying a solid foundation for future confidence and happiness. Instead of viewing childhood as merely preparation for the future, it should be cherished as a precious time to live, explore, and grow in a full and authentic way. After all, it is in the adventures of the present that the best seeds for the future are planted. Discipline should be an expression of love, not control or punishment. Discipline is often misunderstood as a form of control or punishment, but it should actually be an expression of love and genuine concern. When applied correctly, discipline is a tool for teaching and guiding, not for punishing. The true goal of discipline is to help children understand the consequences of their actions and develop self-control. By disciplining with love, parents show that they care deeply about their children's well-being and development, and that they want to prepare them to face the world in a fair and ethical manner. A discipline based on love is consistent and fair, and it is communicated with empathy and understanding. Instead of focusing solely on inappropriate behavior, parents should clearly explain why the behavior is problematic and how it can be improved. The idea is to help the child learn from their mistakes and make better choices in the future, rather than simply imposing a punishment that might generate resentment or fear. For example, instead of just applying a punishment for not doing homework, parents can use the situation as an opportunity to discuss the importance of responsibility and commitment. The impact of loving discipline is profound and lasting. Children who receive discipline in this way not only learn about appropriate behavior, but also about how to handle mistakes and challenges constructively. They understand that rules exist to protect and help them grow, not to limit or punish them. This type of discipline builds a foundation of trust and respect, and teaches children that true love is the one that guides and supports, even when it requires correction. Therefore, discipline, when done with love, is not a form of control but a deep expression of care and commitment to the child's development. Every child has a spark of genius that should be encouraged and nurtured. Every child is born with a unique potential and a spark of genius that is innate and special. It is the role of parents and educators to recognize and nurture this spark from an early age. Instead of forcing a predetermined academic or professional path, it is crucial to observe and support the individual passions and talents of children. When encouraged to explore their own areas of interest and develop their natural abilities, children have the opportunity to excel and achieve truly remarkable accomplishments. This approach allows them to discover and cultivate their own forms of genius. Genius can manifest in many different ways, through creative, intellectual, athletic, or social skills. Recognizing and valuing these individual manifestations is a powerful way to support the child's overall development. By nurturing this spark of genius, parents not only help their children achieve success, but also inspire them to become confident and fulfilled individuals. True genius is not just about extraordinary skills, but about finding and pursuing what truly excites and motivates each person. Parents should protect children's imagination as a precious treasure. A child's imagination is one of their greatest gifts. It is the fertile ground where dreams develop, creativity flourishes, and innovative solutions are found. Protecting and nurturing this imagination is a sacred duty of parents, as it is where the magic of childhood resides. In a world often saturated with rigid routines and academic expectations, ensuring that children have space to dream and invent is essential for their overall development and emotional well-being. An environment that stimulates imagination is one that allows children to freely explore their ideas and fantasies without excessive rules or limitations. This can be as simple as providing art supplies, encouraging creative storytelling, or creating spaces where they can play and invent without pressure. By doing so, parents not only fuel the child's creativity, but also help build their confidence and self-expression. Imagination is a powerful tool that, when well cared for, can open doors to incredible opportunities in the future. Furthermore, protecting children's imagination does not mean isolating or restricting their experiences to the world of dreams. It involves balancing real-life expectations and responsibilities with creative freedom. Children who have the opportunity to imagine and create freely learn to solve problems innovatively and approach challenges with an open spirit. They develop a resilient and adaptable mindset, which is crucial for success in any area of life. Therefore, by valuing and protecting imagination, parents are actually preparing their children for a bright and fulfilling future. A child's true happiness comes from a home filled with love and joy, not material wealth. Childhood happiness is not measured by the number of expensive toys or material possessions, but by the quality of the emotional environment provided by parents. A home filled with love, attention, and joy is what truly nurtures children's well-being. When the family environment is warm and welcoming, children feel secure and loved, allowing them to develop healthy self-esteem and a positive outlook on life. This kind of happiness is more enduring and meaningful than any material object that can be acquired. Parents play a crucial role in creating this loving and joyful environment. Simple activities like family meals, playing together, and sincere conversations can have a profound impact on children's emotional well-being. Showing affection and investing quality time with children are ways to strengthen these bonds and create happy memories. It is important for parents to focus on creating a home where love and fun are priorities, rather than constantly seeking to acquire more material goods. True happiness comes from the connection and emotional support children receive, not from material wealth. Children who grow up in a loving environment are more likely to become happy and fulfilled adults, as they learn early on that happiness comes from meaningful relationships and experiences, not from possessions. Therefore, creating a home filled with love and joy is not only a gift to the children, but also the foundation for a fulfilling and satisfying future. The ability to see the extraordinary in the everyday is a quality we should cultivate in children. Cultivating the ability to see the extraordinary in the everyday is one of the greatest gifts a parent can give a child. In a world often saturated with routine and conformity, teaching a child to find beauty and wonder in the small things can transform the way they view life. It invites them not just to live, but to truly appreciate and connect with the world around them. This ability to see the extraordinary in the most common situations fuels creativity, gratitude, and genuine joy. Parents can encourage this perspective by modeling a sense of wonder and appreciation for the world. Simple acts like observing sunsets, exploring nature, or discussing the fascination of a book can open children's eyes to the hidden beauty in daily details. Instead of limiting themselves to a practical and functional view, teaching children to marvel at the world around them creates a richer and deeper mindset. This approach not only enriches their experiences, but also fosters a sense of gratitude and satisfaction. Moreover, seeing the extraordinary in the everyday can positively impact children's mental and emotional health. By learning to find beauty and meaning in simple things, they develop a more positive and resilient outlook. This ability is a powerful tool for facing challenges and finding joy in life's small victories. Encouraging children to cultivate this special perspective is a gift that will stay with them throughout their lives, making them happier and more fulfilled on their journey. Childhood is the time to learn to see the world with a sense of wonder and respect. Childhood is a crucial period for learning to see the world with a sense of wonder and respect. During these formative years, children are developing how they perceive and interact with the world around them. Teaching a child to approach life with a sense of admiration and respect not only enriches their experience, but also lays a solid foundation for their emotional and moral development. This sense of wonder transforms even the simplest tasks into opportunities for exploration and learning. To cultivate this sense of wonder, parents can create moments of awe and reflection in their daily routines. Activities like nature walks, museum visits, or simply talking about the marvels of the world help awaken a sense of respect and fascination. Additionally, modeling one's own admired and respectful behavior helps children internalize these values. When they see their parents appreciating and respecting life, they learn to do the same and recognize the importance of these attitudes. This sense of wonder and respect not only enriches childhood, but also contributes to the development of more empathetic and conscious adults. Children who learn to view the world with respect are more capable of understanding and valuing diversity, facing challenges with courage, and connecting deeply with others. Teaching this perspective from an early age is an investment in the development of more integrated and fulfilled individuals. Thus, childhood becomes a time not just of learning, but of enchantment and continuous personal growth. It is essential for parents to be the first teachers of morality and ethics for their children. Parents play a crucial role as the first teachers of morality and ethics in their children's lives. From an early age, children observe and imitate their parents' behavior, learning what is right and wrong through the examples they receive. Therefore, it is essential that parents live and demonstrate the values they wish to see in their children. Morality and ethics are not just abstract concepts. They are daily practices that shape the character and integrity of children. To be a good teacher of morality and ethics, parents must be consistent in their actions and decisions, showing through their own behavior what it means to act with honesty, respect, and responsibility. This includes how they handle their own failures and how they treat others in everyday situations. For example, if a parent faces a challenge at work, the way they handle the situation, with honesty and ethics, teaches their child about the importance of maintaining principles even when it is difficult. Additionally, openly discussing morality and ethics with children helps solidify these concepts in their young minds. Conversations about moral decisions, justice, and responsibility should be a regular part of family life, allowing children to express their opinions and develop their own understanding of what is right and wrong. This dialogue not only reinforces the values parents wish to convey, but also encourages children to think critically and make informed decisions throughout their lives. Children need space to grow and explore, but also clear and consistent boundaries. Children need a delicate balance between the freedom to explore and clear boundaries to ensure their healthy development. Providing space to grow and experiment is crucial for children to discover their own passions and skills, develop autonomy, and build confidence. However, this freedom should be accompanied by consistent boundaries that provide security and guide behavior. Without these limits, freedom can turn into challenging behavior and insecurity. Parents should create an environment where children can explore and test their limits, but always within a framework of clear rules and expectations. For example, allowing children to play and engage in creative activities is important, but it is equally crucial to set rules about safety and appropriate behavior. These boundaries help children understand the consequences of their actions and develop a sense of responsibility, while still giving them the freedom needed to learn and grow. Moreover, consistency in boundaries is essential for children to feel secure and clearly understand what is expected of them. Frequent changes in rules or enforcement of limits can cause confusion and insecurity. When parents are consistent and firm in their expectations, while also offering support and encouragement, they help create an environment where children can develop in a balanced and healthy way, learning to respect boundaries while exploring the world around them. The role of parents is to guide, support, and love, rather than merely direct or control. The role of parents goes far beyond merely directing or controlling their children's lives. Guiding, supporting, and loving are the essential foundations for creating a solid base for healthy child development. Parents who focus on providing guidance and support, rather than trying to control every aspect of their children's lives, help foster autonomy and confidence. It is an act of love and respect to allow children to make their own choices and learn from their experiences while still being guided by solid principles and unconditional support. Effective guidance is based on understanding and open communication. This means being present to listen and offer advice, rather than simply imposing rules. When parents involve children in discussions and help them reflect on their decisions, they are promoting a learning and growth environment. For example, instead of deciding for a child which career path or interest to pursue, parents can support by exploring options together and discussing the implications of each choice. Additionally, unconditional love is the foundation of a healthy parent-child relationship. This love creates a safe environment where children feel comfortable expressing their feelings, asking questions, and facing challenges. When parents demonstrate love and support, even in the face of mistakes and failures, they teach children that they are valued regardless of their achievements. This type of relationship strengthens self-esteem and fosters a positive attitude towards learning and personal growth, preparing children to face the world with confidence and resilience. Teaching a child to laugh is one of the greatest gifts we can offer. Teaching a child to laugh is more than just providing moments of fun. It is one of the greatest gifts a parent can offer. Laughter not only provides immediate joy, but also plays a vital role in children's emotional and social development. It helps relieve stress, strengthen social bonds, and create a positive outlook on life. By incorporating humor and lightness into daily life, parents are investing in their children's mental and emotional health, preparing them to face life's challenges with a more optimistic attitude. Creating an environment where laughter is encouraged can start with simple actions, such as playing together, telling funny stories, or simply finding humor in everyday situations. Engaging in playful activities and laughing together not only strengthens family bonds, but also teaches children the importance of finding joy in the small things. For example, having a family joke competition or a comedy of the day moment can be a fun way to incorporate humor into the routine. Furthermore, teaching a child to laugh and see the lighter side of life is a gift that can help them handle adversity better. Laughter is a powerful mechanism for coping with stress and difficulties, and children who learn to laugh frequently are more likely to develop strong emotional resilience. Therefore, do not underestimate the power of humor in parenting. It is an essential tool for promoting lasting happiness and well-being.